Pat the Bunny and class consciousness. So, they don't want you to be a commie. Okay? Hassan Piker, Nepo baby. Okay? Pat Schneeweiss, the bunny. Might have came from some money. He said he's a middle class kid. So, it's good stuff, you know? It's good stuff. Great stuff. Awesome. Like I said. And, it's class conscious. It's deep. It's interesting. He talks about the anarchist versus the communist and how he doesn't want to be a communist. He wants to be an anarchist, but he gets that the classes are going to go to war anyway. The economy is not looking good, and people need to help each other out. That's basically it, right? And on a basic level, that's all it really is, you know, socialism and all that. And it's pretty disturbing, the whole situation with the world, you know, and it's become clear that the mass capital has turned into a one world government. So if we're headed towards a one world government, what good is competitive capital where you're supposed to have competing interests where things balance that way? In theory, right? That's what we're supposed to have. We don't. Don't have that. It's clear. Anybody watching, we don't have that. So unless you like, you know, and the proles, the normies, the, you know, people who are never gonna, you know, I don't get what it is that makes people like that. It's a lot of fear. It's kind of like, it's kind of evil. It's kind of demonic. Like the ones who said nothing, right? Like Hitler was killing all these people, and I said nothing, and then the next one came, I said nothing. You know, Dante's circle for the one who didn't step in. A lot of people didn't step in. They don't step in anything. So it's very brave to be a communist. I'm not saying I am one. I respect if you are. At least you care about something. If you just want power, I don't respect you. But that's what Pat the Bunny was kind of saying, you know. I think but he thought about these things, you know. It's kind of obvious. So why was that not wanted on Jimmy Kimmel? Because I see this little guy, this I don't want to know his name, to be quite honest. The one who plays those like guitar songs and they're not good songs and they're just like, "Oh God, Trump is bad and I can't afford milk," and it's just like that, but it's a song and it's like the stupidest form of slop music I've ever heard. I wish I knew this guy's name. You probably know who he is. He went on Jimmy Kimmel, right? Just the dumbest. I don't think he's ever said the word Marx. Jesse Wells. I'm thinking of Jesse Wells. Yeah, Jesse Wells was his name. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go down in history, and I don't know if people will be able to discern taste in 30 years. I genuinely don't know if people will have taste in 30 years. Our brains might be gone. So, anyway, but there is a direct line of descent from Pete Seeger to Woody Guthrie that kind of gets disrupted by this Dylan character who did not really care for the people. He cared about getting rich. He got rich. And that's how he used the folk movement. So I don't have much respect for Bob Dylan. And then you get Pat the Bunny, who's a anarcho commie, whatever, folk guy, right? So I think he's more memorable than Jesse Wells, whatever that is. So I'm just saying that's the line of descent you get, and yeah, that folk tradition I think is super important. Um, it's always been there, and it was kind of cool, you know, that there was somebody saying, "Hey, Amazon should not run your life. You can get your package 30 minutes late, and someone shouldn't have to die for that to happen, for you to get your package. And I think everybody knows, whether you're a communist or a whatever you were, anarchist, that the system was collapsing and nobody had any money. So they just screamed with their acoustic guitars. It was cool. Cool stuff. And you missed it if you were listening to capitalist rap, or sad, soft indie rock in Brooklyn. You missed out. Or pop, you missed out on that, which was honest. And yeah, it was prophetic in a way. Because it's only going to be more like the Great Depression soon. So Pete Seeger, in his grave, I guess he's dead, right? Yeah. Pete Seeger and Pat the Bunny have more in common. I think Pete Seeger was like, he was a workers, yeah, he was like a union kind of guy. Yeah. It's just disgusting, the things I see these days, and yeah, it's good to listen to some kids scream about how they don't get paid enough over an acoustic guitar. Better than Bob Dylan. Tell your friends.